I'm talking to Glenn Tooth from Basingstoke. Now, Glenn has a 13-year-old boy, Crompton, who suffers from ping ping, so obviously knows all about the strife rife within this bloody awful thing. Now, Glenn, what does ping ping mean to you? What does it conjure when you hear these words, ping ping? What do you mean? What does it stir within?
Well, to me, Ping Ping simply represents the sadness and sort of the stress within myself as a father and also within my family. Um, sort of things my communication and simply being trying to be a better father to my 13-year-old son becomes difficult with such a disease as Ping Ping.
I can imagine it must be difficult, and I mean, obviously he's a young teenager now, a sprightly lad. When did you first know, back in the beginning, Crompton was different?
Well, when he fell out with my wife, the doctor thought there was a bat in the room. When he first said this to me, I simply didn't believe it, didn't want to believe it. Um, my wife, she felt different about it as well, but for me, I just thought it was a special day, and I wanted to keep it that way. It was only a year down the line when I was expecting the first words of daddy or mummy, and that sound came out that we're so aware of now.
Yes, and I can imagine waiting for those words was much like torture. And did you question what it was? Did you just believe that one day some words would utter and it wouldn't be the high-pitched squeal of the bat out of that cave?
Of course I did. Every father waits for that first word. I thought it was sort of, as many children do, they find their own way of communicating. I very much thought it was time. I would, like any other father, hear those words, but
When you realised he was a squeaker, as they were called before the term ping ping was coined. Were you happy when you finally knew that was the answer? He was not going to speak. Did it kind of leave a did you lay you to rest these thoughts and words?
it was a void.
Yes, I can see you are finding it hard to get the words out yourself. Just as I'm sure Crompton would feel affinity with that feeling of course. Now I know that as a lad, you always harboured a dream of being a football commentator. Obviously, football was a love of many a boy, and John Watson's voice screaming in excitement over a goal or a tackle is one of the first things they cherish. Unfortunately, your mother was gang raped by the Oval Town reserve team, and obviously you couldn't bring yourself to forge a living or commentate on these beasts that walk the land. Do you still think that your son Crompton could reach your goal? I know you, as every father does, harbours a kind of a dream of their son following a dream they couldn't do.
I think my love and fears intertwined into one, and what happened previously was far too treacherous for my own knowing. But I would never force this onto my own son. I would have very much dreamt that he could live his own future and bear his own talents. But yes, this is true. My love for football and commentating was far more than I could realise, and I'd be lying if I said that I didn't want him to possibly take on this tortured trophy that was never laid down to me. But as it is now, we both know we just wouldn't have the skills to be able to participate in such a career.
Could you say, in the famous words of Sir Alex Ferguson, it's squeaky bum time for the two of you?
Yes, one could say that.
I'm sorry, Should have thought before I spoke there. Sorry. We should finish up now. Crompton should be arriving home from his tag lessons in the school. They play tag to build up a sort of team spirit and camaraderie between the Ping Pings. He's returning late. Do you think he's met a lady? Maybe is he bring any females home?
No, he hasn't yet.
Okay. What would you like to happen to the public in this appeal? We're talking about those that ignore these Ping Pings, and those that ignore and shun Crompton as though he's not even there, although they can clearly hear him because he's quite shrill. What would you like to happen to those people?
Myself, I'd like every time they ignore my son, a new malignant mole would grow on their skin, and that they then find themselves lost in the desert. And one day, they find themselves in solitude, and the bitter heat that hits their skin will merely melt them to nothing. And that's how I feel.
So there's no bitterness between you and the public.
Leave what is right and wrong. Spend the rest of my life forcing that this comes through.
Thank you, Glenn. Oh, and now on perfect timing, Crompton's come bounding in with a smile of bound. Coming from his game tag, was it tag, Glenn? I can't remember.
Yes, it was tag.
Fantastic.
He
Now,
loves playing the game.
now, hello, Crompton. My name is Keithy. Nice to meet you. I'd like to ask you if he does understand. Does he understand?
Yes, he understands the English language very well.
Okay,
You can ask him what you want.
Now, Crompton, what did you do after school today?
He says just after school he went and got some sweets, and which I obviously gave him money for, and had a little play in the park with his friends, and then he went off to tag afterwards, and so now he's here.
Okay, that's very banal. Now, what do you think of your Ping Ping, Crompton? It's obviously quite difficult to live with, and but I guess it defines you as a person. Do you think you're happy? Happy?
He says as nice as you can. He says he's known no different. He's had his entire life, and he knows no other way. He understands that other people communicate in one way, and he communicates in another. For himself, it was nothing alien.
Very eloquent for a young 13-year-old boy. I have heard that this Ping Ping, because they have to think in their head for so long, because there's no real conversation, they often become semi-genii because of the constant thought and empowerment and battle between the brains. What do you think about this, Crompton?
He says he agrees. He says he spends a lot of time in his head, and in between the time that he's conversing and he likes to re-emphasize this and saying that he's constantly thinking loud.
Okay, well, it's been a pleasure to meet you, Crompton, and you, Glenn, of course, and it's so nice to see such a bond between a father and son through such difficult circumstances, and I wish you both the best, and it's just been beautiful, and call 0845 962 494 to donate to Crompton's cause, and help get these Ping Pings into a win-win situation. Thank you. Good night.